What's up, guys? Mikey in the building. Hey, guys. First of all, happy Thanksgiving. Okay, and I hope you guys are having a great day. It's pretty early still, but I've been up cooking. Okay. Hey, I wanted to go over a shot. All right, SHOT on the book map. All right, guys. Hey, guys. Please hit the thumbs up. Share this video. Help people become aware and utilize the book. Okay, guys. I have a code down below that'll save you 50% off. And then, more importantly, BookMap is doing a sweet deal right now. Okay, take advantage of that. All right, it's phenomenal. And then throw in the code. All right. Much love. Now let's dive in. All right, I'm going to break down some key factors in shot, and also the book, and know how to utilize it, and use it for your best advantage to feel confident and execute your trades. Okay. All right. You guys all know I love me some pops, or maybe some weak opens or consolidations. Okay. This thing kind of pulled back into these 440s area. What's really important, guys, is that you can utilize your tool and spread these apart and kind of see where the liquidity is. Okay, liquidity on the heat map. If you don't have this blasted, or if you take this off, then you can't see where the liquidity is. Okay, what's beautiful about this is I throw it on there max. Okay, I want to see where the liquidity is, and if you're utilizing the book, you kind of see where the bids are. Okay, you can see where the bids are here, then you can see where offers are coming in, and you'll see them as the heat map increases and they start to show in the background where exactly these walls are, or offers. These are all limit orders. Okay, now it's very important to understand this. Okay, this starts to pop up, and then this thing pulled back on a low volume pullback. But what's more importantly, if you're zoomed out like this, all right, and when you zoom in, you can see that there's a front runner here. There's a big bidder here. Someone showed their hand. You know, it's stacked 141K on 440s, 444s to be exact. And what's more important is when this thing came in, this seller got absorbed. All right, the seller got absorbed, and then there was still a big chunk on the bid side, right? About 89,000. All right. After this, what happens is that sellers get exhausted, and then more bidders start to step up. Now they're not as big as that 440s, but there's about 10K right here, or 9,000. Sorry. Another seller comes in, gets absorbed, as you can see, right here into 456 gets absorbed. I'm going to zoom out now. All right. Now you can see that there is a limit offer on the ask at $5 between 499 and 502 to be exact. Okay. Now, as this pulls back, you kind of see that there's no bid support, and if there was, they get pulled. All right. This thing pulls back though to a previous area of interest, does not sustain, and then pulls back to that same bidder that was over here at 444. All right. This is another example of a seller getting absorbed, and then the selling stops. Now you can see below this that there was another front runner here that did not remove the liquidity from the book. All right, when you guys see front runners, and I'll show you some examples when we start to go up front, or when the move is about to end up here. If there is liquidity right here and they pull it, it's considered a spoof, or someone did not want to get filled there. They're like, hey, no, never mind. Okay, so it's important, and then we get to see this because all the historical data is going to be left on the book to go back and study. All right, it's phenomenal, right? It's, markets close, I get to have these feeds up and still study. Okay, now this is a beautiful pattern. You got some higher lows here. Okay, what's more important is that the appetite on the best bids are kind of dwindling. All right, there's not a lot of sellers selling this, and if there is, they're getting absorbed. Okay, it's not breaking down, or the book is not flipping. I'm going to show examples later of what I see as a book flip, and they explain these two in a lot of these book map videos. Okay, now as this thing goes to retest a previous area, you can see how a buyer removes some of this liquidity up here, and then there's not that much liquidity left on the book, and this thing starts to go ahead and start to rip and test previous areas on the book. Now I don't even have to use my candlestick chart. I can see everything right here. All right, it's very important that this probably was a high, obviously, right? The best offer. And then kind of see where buyers really stepped up and actually tried to remove liquidity. Now, as this thing starts to increase, this thing starts to cut through these areas because there's not a lot of liquidity holding it back except for this magnet. I call these magnets. And as you can see, they always had this $5 magnet limit offer. Someone's on the book saying they want to get filled at $5. All right, you can see it right here clearly. All right, as this thing starts to remove the liquidity, there's not a lot of bids that follow up with this, right? Here's the thing, this thing pulls back to a previous area of interest. Previous areas of interest are going to be areas on the book that had liquidity on there, whether it was used as a support. This is all demand. This is all supply. Now, if things pull back to previous areas and you don't see them get heavy, or sellers come in and start trying to dump, or shorts trying to attack the chart, more than likely, now it's all going to be context, things will try to bounce if buyers step up, right? These volume dots are very important to understand because this is aggressive buying and selling. All right, you can see how this was controlled because they throw in some offers to control price. I love this W pattern. All right, W pattern is very important to get the tops of the W to break out, maybe pull back, sustain, things like that. Okay, this thing starts to go parabolic again. All right, and retest previous highs. Now it's very important to break the book down. Okay, I'm going to show you why. All right, this liquidity, someone removed this liquidity on the book, and you can see right here there's 20K at 520s. All right, removes the liquidity, right, and there's not an appetite on the best offer, or things are not getting heavy or restacked. You can see this. Okay, very nice. I call this a little book flip right here. This is an example of a little book flip on the front side where things break out and then a bidder comes in and catches this to help price action continue. And you can see this, you got a little nice flag. That's nice. This is a previous area of interest. All right, I want to see as a long things break out, pull back, sustain, not get heavy, or do a book flip on the other side. Okay, now this is what I mean by a book flip. All right, when things start to break out, you can see clearly that there is bids on this still. There's people willing to buy, or, right, or like I talked about earlier, now we're going to start seeing some spoofs. There's going to be some bidders right here that are pulling, you know, they're even pulling right here some liquidity. You can tell right here. You can see how this is almost 9,000. Price action starts to pull into it, and then they start to remove some of that size at 570. All right, they try to hold this up over here around 576s, 575s, and then you can see now sellers are coming in and removing the liquidity on the bid side now. Okay, now book flip. All right, very important now. This is when the book starts to get heavy at 574. It's very important, right? If you zoom out again real quick. All right, very important to see as price action is increasing. There is no big offers like you're kind of seeing like this. Okay, right here. They're not happening down below. Front side of the move still. Now, when you see these magnets, you want to see buyers rip through these, pull back, retest previous areas of interest, and then start to go parabolic. Here goes another book flip right here. All right, you can see how they're at 610, there's more liquidity, and now at $6, they throw a nice bidder up here till price action. All right, previous areas of interest still. So when things pull back, this was at previous areas of interest. There's a lot of initiation buying going through, and on total volume, you can see that it's 50-50 right here. Okay, that's nice. All right, now front side of the move, or sorry, back side of the move. You can see how the last little bit of bids are spoofing and pulling. All right, once this thing starts to break down, you can see the shift on the book. All right, now to me, this is an even bigger book flip right here. Once price action starts to come down, you can see that the offer side is getting extremely heavy. All right, there's a big shift in the current order book. All right. Yes, there's bids right here. But even if buyers step up for a split second, you can see that they're controlling the price auction with liquidity on the offer side now. You can see the shift. All right, and this thing comes all the way back down, okay, and closes. I mean, there's another front runner on this book at a little $5, and you can see them, you know, almost get actually skipped, not even sold into a little bit. Yes, see, zoom in. That's an example of to zoom in. All right, guys, and then you can see that there's a book flip right here. They had some bids right here. This is another example, and the reason why I'm saying this a lot because I had a lot of people reach out to me about book flips. All right, as soon as this cracks $5, they throw an immediate offer up, and the book stays heavy. Okay. Shot. What an amazing play. All right. These are going to be a lot different from the penny ones that I show a lot of examples of because the liquidity and the price auction on them are a lot different than the pennies sub-dollar names. Okay, it's very important. All right. Now, guys, when you're doing this, guys, make sure you're breaking this up in sections. This is just an idea of how to study. All right. Break them up in sections, front side, pullback areas, previous areas of liquidity. Utilize the book, and you can actually write down a lot of stuff, right? So draw up some things like, front side moves, front side, and then throw up some examples, right? And then you can come over here and then start to put in like, backside, okay? Right? You can draw things up as much as you want on here, and you can draw lines, rectangles, and all that. So you utilize this stuff, right? Mark this up and then take a screenshot, right? And then go save it. Start building some proper data for yourself and for your playbook, whether you're long or you're short. All right, guys. Much love. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Again, hit the thumbs up, guys. There's a code down below if you guys want to utilize. Help save you a few bucks. All right. Much love. Peace out. Mikey.